I often think about this. AI is saving a lot of keystrokes. You see how traditional technology, the input to output ratio, the number of keys, say, I would have to press to draft an email or draft a blog or draft a script has substantially reduced because now I have to type a prompt and I get this long essay and output. Similarly, to do a extensive travel research, you can imagine the amount of input a human user would have to go through because you're moving your cursor and keys across multiple websites, multiple travel platforms, and now that can be orchestrated using agents that are simultaneously firing and doing this. So one interesting point of view is, what is AI going to do for us? It's going to substantially increase the input to output ratio, in my opinion. So in the same amount of keystrokes or lesser, and in a similar amount of time, I'm able to get the output for research, docs, presentations, you name it, which traditionally would have taken maybe 48 hours or a week or even more. And as you and I know, we are doing some enterprise projects where we've measured 7-day workflows coming down to 8 hours. So that kind of substantiates this point. That's one way I look at it. How about you? Like, I have a few more point of views, but I'd love for you to also,
Yeah.
share
I'm
yours.
very, yeah, I'm very curious to see where this entire voice AI piece is going. I think it is going to change the interface layer. Will that help people become more strategic in the way that they interact with the AI in 2026? That's a question that we need to answer. Well, there have been a lot of hypotheses around that and how it can boost organizational efficiency. We've launched our own contextual AI tool with the conversation layer, and we are already seeing the benefits that users are gaining out of it. How do you see this conversational AI piece moving forward in 2026?
So the second bit I too wanted to include was that I think AI will show up not just in terms of productivity and tooling, but yeah, the interface, the jugular that you've caught, that our mode of interaction with technology is going to substantially change. However, there are some caveats there which I think about often. So audio agents are live now in OpenAI SDK. I remember in 2020 when everything launched and the dev platform had just come out and I signed up for it. There wasn't even the response API as they call it today. It was OpenAI dot create, and you have to create a whole thread and the whole conversation, and they've simplified it. Similarly, now there are SDKs, and for the general public watching, SDKs are software developer kits. And this is like a bundled bunch of tools given by large enterprise model providers like Anthropic or OpenAI to say, hey, you can quickly take this and integrate it into your existing applications. It could be traditional software running in organizations. However, what we do at M37 Labs is obviously AI native and AI first. So we build on top of these SDKs instead of trying to squeeze them into our architecture. So voice agents are the next big thing in 2026, because it comes back to my first point that the input to output ratio we compared to number of keystrokes, right? But what happens if CXO is able to come to their workplace, log into a well-designed system, hopefully by us at M37 Labs, and is able to just start talking and get a purview and perspective of the entire organization across departments, metrics, red flags, blockers, opportunities, threats. Some of these we do cater for in our first product of M37 Labs called eBIC Enterprise Brand Intelligence Console. And we will address that probably in another podcast. So voice is going to be a big thing. I fully align with you. However, when I think about it from a technical point of view, I think of the end user and I think of what happens when I'm in an aircraft. And I don't wish to ask the sensitive question to my voice agent about my accounts. What happens when I'm in a noisy environment? So these are again. I'm sorry if I'm being too technical, but I do love technology and I do think about how it will positively integrate into the systems of tomorrow. But I do also see some traditional challenges, which will maybe mandate traditional inputs to still be available. What do you think? Am I perceiving this right? Like,
No, I think AI governance is going to be a huge theme in 2026. I think given that AI systems are being implemented worldwide, uh, the role of AI governance ethics will be a big play, and how enterprises really get that right. So, yeah, I think we have to be prepared for that.
true. We have built something called Agentic Hub at M37 Labs, which will be out in public shortly. And you'll be happy to know that the product and tech team have really integrated a lot of voice capabilities into it. So we already had a system that could do smarter filtering of emails, auto response of emails, creation of multiple agents for different workflows individuals may have. And as we speak, the team is kind of integrating the voice agent SDK to be able to spin up things traditionally using your cursor and keys, but at the same time have a hands-free experience of the entire system. Now, one little thing I want to add here, which really excites me, is the version of audio agents or voice agents we have today is like Perplexity talking back to you, right? Or the GPT voice mode talking back to you. What I find super cool is this protocol I've been harping on for a while called AGUI. It was initially promoted and launched by Copilot. And I'm talking to chat Copilot kits and not the traditional word Copilot, which is now being used in all applications. AGUI is basically agentic user interface protocol. And I find it fascinating that very soon, maybe within this quarter, you will be talking to a system, but the system isn't just narrating the answer back like Siri or Perplexity does. You'll actually see the screen move. So if you ask for a PowerPoint presentation, you are going to see the presentation being built live in front of you. And you'll be able to interrupt it and say, oh, wait, I like what you're doing, but slide number 3, can you just change that? And the agent can pause, fix, and continue the workflow. And I think that opens some fascinating doors. It's up to human imagination as to what we do with this.
Which currently, when you do it in Manus or any of the tools, you can see it orchestrating it, but you seldom have the ability to stop it in mid-course, right? And that's what you're saying will actually change in the next quarter.
True. I think edge computing and the latency, edge will drop the latency. So absolutely, it is still working, but there is a lag. It's like, it takes me back to childhood when we were all gamers and we would go for these BIOC, we would call them BYOC, bring your own computer gaming hackathons. And this would happen in Delhi, in India. I'm talking 2008, 2010. The latency while playing Counter-Strike with each other, even if there were a couple of millisecond extra, it was super irritating. So while it's very magical what the systems do today, but there is that lag in how fast the human brain is thinking, how quickly you have spotted the error, but now the agent is kind of in a workflow of its own, right? So to be able to interrupt, I think that's going to be super cool, and it is happening. It is coming.
I want to pose this question to you. I'm sure you've heard Elon Musk say that at the start of the year that AGI is already here. Obviously, our take on AGI is augmented growth intelligence. So, and his take on it is very different. What do you make of that? How do you see that moving?
I think what we've done at M37 Labs, this clever tagline of taking artificial general intelligence, AGI, to augmented growth intelligence is very befitting, because if you keep augmenting intelligence in a growth path, in a direction, then eventually these models and multimodality of models, right? They already have vision, they have audio, they were language models, so text and string, as we call it in the developer world, was already part of the system. But now you have specializations coming in, models that are really good at one-shot computer vision learning. models that are really good by 11 labs at voice modulation. Uh, there are Hume is another company which has done, I think, great job of. I'm not sure of the name, but of empathy. So they're not just working on voice, but they're working on empathetic voice, which is very critical for something to feel human. To me, I've had this thought a few weekends back that yes, probably AGI is already here if you had large enough a compute cluster to take all the best models of the world that have come out, say, from 2020 till now, and to put a master controller, like a parent agent in the middle, how our agents are able to call functions and tools. Imagine one master model just being able to call different specialized models. So you have one brain model, which could be the frontal lobe of the human brain, and then say, if you're dealing with a mathematical problem, the challenge today is we make a model really good at math, and then it starts being a little sad on image generation, right? I make a model really excellent at legal. It can't do accounts.
Yeah.
But what if the world moves in a direction where we decide and conclude that, hey, we want dedicated intelligence like different parts of the brain. And then we want a central orchestration network, something like a true nervous system that taps into this specific area, which is 100% designed to solve just that. So probably Mr. Musk is right. AGI is already here, but I think we as humans are having a hard time orchestrating it together.
So do you see
and there
that?
are smarter minds.
Yeah. Do you see that happening in 2026? Almost like a sentient AGI of sorts, like a super sentient AGI.
Oh, 100%. I don't see AGI arriving this year. I wouldn't make that claim. Not yet. We don't have any such signals from the internal research we do at M37 Labs. And obviously, there are some profound labs in the world who are way ahead of us, and we hope to catch up and get there. But the Terminator movie level AGI this year, no. For average users to be mesmerized and have a aha, wow moment with the kind of orchestration I just explained, that you're talking to one system that's really accurate at a bunch of things. It's as good as talking to 10 experts. Yes, that's probably going to be here before the middle of the year. And then the challenge will be on organizations like ours on how do you implement it? How do you back it with the right enterprise data? How do you guardrail it?
Yeah.
How do you actually limit the intelligence also? Because you don't want to reveal CFO level fiscal strategy to somebody who doesn't need to know that strategy. So, right, it's a funny world we live in. We have to feed the intelligence and make sure it's there. And once we have those thresholds that are acceptable, I think there's going to be a lot of role-based access control and guardrails coming in saying, hey, now that you're really well aware of everything that goes on in my organization, I really need you to know what to say to whom, right? Which we do as human beings. So, yeah, interesting. So I have a question for you. It's about teams. How do you think human teams that are already working with AI now for a few years, how does the team dynamic change in 2026 according to you? And what will be the impact that AI will play for teams specifically?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I've been thinking about it and the way our teams use so many tools, AI tools that are there today compared to what even we had 2 years ago. I think a lot of the routine tasks that they've been used to kind of just accelerates in terms of outcomes, that input to output ratio. So teams will have to focus on something which is very strategic in terms of value for any client work that they're doing. So that's going to be a fundamental shift. So moving from, like I used that term even last week, that moving from a microscopic thinking to a telescopic thinking, that you might have a very specific problem that you're solving, and can you actually go broader in the way that you look at broad outcomes for your enterprise or for your client's enterprise, So that shift has to be exponential in the way teams operate. So you will be able to do the same task at a much accelerated pace, but your outcomes will have to be extremely high, very strategic in the way that teams really pull that off. So
Hmm.
I'm thinking about it.
No, very, very true. I align with you. Even with the dev team in house that we are dealing with, I'm noticing that you've said it very aptly that yes, we are realizing that we are able to push the horizontal scale, uh, and to make it very literal, the number of, say, the stack that a traditional developer would work with would be a Python stack, right? And then you have a dedicated uh, JS JavaScript team, and you have a dedicated front end, and you have a dedicated back end, and you had a traditional dedicated DevOps team. I use this terminal called Warp. I'm a big fan. Uh, we aren't sponsored, just for the world to know, but I'm really a big fan of Warp, so I keep talking about it. And Warp has now these agents that allow a non-full stack developer to actually become full stack in 24 hours. So now you take a team of developers, and if every person is full stack in terms of capability, a little bit innate and a little bit thanks to augmented intelligence. Yeah, so you're really able to demand more. But funnily enough, usually when you horizontally scale, they say that you aren't able to vertically dive deep. However, we are entering a world where both are possible simultaneously. So you can work across multiple stacks and have reasonable level of depth, knowledge, and orchestration, again, thanks to the tools that are available to us today. Do you think this does beg the question that do you see all agentic teams? So what I mean by this is traditional teams, 4-member, 5-member teams working on, say, graphics or visuals or content or copy or even strategy, because now we have thinking models that are quite good, right? Do you see the possibility in 2026 where enterprises are actually dedicating resource for an all agentic team? So no human in that team, right? It's literally 5 agents. Do you see something like that? Because I have an inkling.
Well, I've seen a lot of stories around that. Obviously, the teams will get leaner for sure, because you would be able to do much more with all the agentic capabilities. But whether you will be able to remove humans in the loop, I doubt it, because humans bring a certain intuition, certain creativity that machines still cannot deliver. So I think there will be a focus more on lean teams, but who can maximize. So almost like the mini-max model of China. So I would say
Hmm.
that's going forward.
No, I agree. You will need well, even in the model world, the RLHF is a very popular acronym now, right? Reinforcement learning via human feedback. So the humans are certainly not going anywhere. That intuition and innate originality is still with us, and I think it'll be with us forever. Even when AGI arrives, I think the very nature of human beings is to explore the unknown, and it's just a matter of defining. Today, AGI is unknown, but I'm certain when we get there, as a species, we have the capability to define the next big unknown. So that will remain. But yeah, I think enterprises can go for more clients without increasing their workforce because, as you rightly said, the number of humans in place have mastered that workflow. There are seniors who know the nuances. Now, these can be augmented with a swarm of agents sitting on top of that AI system, as you rightly said, to deliver more. Right. So if a small team of 4 was handling 10 clients, if an organization like us gets the opportunity, we map their workflows, we give them a lot of on-the-fly ability to spin up agents. Maybe the same team can do 100, without actually growing their expense substantially. Interesting. Uh, so to end today's discussion, the final question is: what are you most curious about personally? If bread and butter and enterprises were not part of the equation, and it was just just you wanting to tinker and hack with AI and maybe expect something come out this year? What would that be?
Well, I would really want to delve deep into the intuition part, because while I'm seeing a lot of these specific models come up, and as you said, that there is already a model which is trying to generate empathy, uh, I want to see models that can tap into intuition. If AGI is really here or it is claimed to be here, how does that really lend to organizations or individuals using such models for enhanced capabilities? So that's something I would really want to delve deeper into this year. So
Very,
yeah.
very interesting. My hopes with you are also similar. I'm aspiring for our team to produce natively trained models and to collect firstly custom data sets for very specific use cases, details of which I won't get into here. But as you know, we're looking at building some of the model and the base technology, which hopefully one day in some capacity becomes part of that AGI orchestration. It doesn't matter how big your contribution is or how small it is, as long as we're all looking at contributing to this vision and mission that all of us have taken on. And I don't mean OpenAI, Anthropic, Meta. I think it's a human mission to change how information access transpires and how the next generation works. So yeah, that's something that I'm looking forward to from AI, our contribution to this space.